Dear Diary, I've always dreamed to be a teacher a long time ago. Now, I'm the first year student of English Language Teachers Education Faculty. I'm a teacher to be. However, the closer to my dream, the bigger challenge I have to face. I study very hard, but it seems not enough. A teacher needs not only wide range of knowledge, but also how to deliver that knowledge to her students. In other words, I need teaching soft skill. But wait, I have a secret. I'm a witch, a good witch, well-behaved witch, of course. I decided to create the Powerpuff Girl for myself. Who gonna be my soft skill trainers?
How you carry yourself physically can reflect how you hold yourself mentally. For example, if you cross your arms, it indicates that you are closed off or defensive. If you keep your head down and lack eye contact, it is an indication of shyness. Most novice speakers are unsure of what to do with their body. That's the reason why I'm here today, to show you some tips for positive movement and posture in a presentation. The first one is to stand tall. Forward upper body posture communicates low self-esteem. The difference between towering and cowering lies in your inner posture. The second one is to face your audience. Some people tend to turn their back on the audience when they write something on the board or referring to the PowerPoint slides. You should always bear in mind that you are the center of your presentation and your speech counts the most. Last but not least, please make sure that your body is natural. Do not make your body too stiff or too formal if you do not want to. Just be yourself, and that is the best body posture ever.
Good morning everyone, I'm Ling and I'm gonna give you some tips on how to control your voice in a presentation. The first thing is about tempo and chunking. Never rush, vary the speed, and don't talk at the same pace all the time, because a few seconds of silence are just as important as words, because you are giving time for the listeners to interpret information. Secondly, it's about pitch and intonation. In a presentation, sometimes you need to raise your voice at the end of a question or lower your voice at the end of a sentence. However, be careful, because if you raise your voice all the time, you may sound like a weird opera singer, not a presenter. The third one is about volume. Adjust your voice to the size of the audience, to the room you are presenting in. There is no need to shout. However, everyone must hear clearly what you are saying. Next is about sentence length and story. A sentence in a presentation is supposed to be short, simply structured, and easy to understand. I mean that it shouldn't contain too many difficult words. And about the story, you should sound natural throughout the speech, and be yourself when you are speaking. Lastly, it's about using emphasis in a speech. Generally, people stress on the keywords instead of functional words. By keywords, I mean that it could be a noun, an adjective, or a verb, or sometimes it is a figure or a specific name that the speaker wants to emphasize. However, in some specific cases, we also put the stress on the functional words, and to deliver our own message, something like I did love you, or I do love you. You have the auxiliary verb, or sometimes it can be an adverb like instead of I totally agree, I probably agree. It's different. So thank you.
Skills of dealing with questions is also an important and essential skills for every teacher. So here's my part to guide you through this. So in receiving the questions, you have to hear it clearly, to listen to it clearly. You have to respect your students and make sure that you understand thoroughly what the student is meant to say and is not clear about. After receiving the questions, you have to thank him or her for giving you your questions immediately. The second thing is you should pause a little bit to give yourself time to think. Then we go on to a process which is called analysis. Analyze the relevance of the questions, whether it is relevant or not. If it is not relevant to your topic of speaking or your lesson, you just politely decline it. If the question is relevant, you will go on to categorizing the questions. There are three main categories of the questions. First, the questions that seek clarification. The question that is asked when your student is confused or some information is unclear. So this question is supposed to be answered immediately. The second type of questions is the question that is very hasty. The questions which is hasty is a question which asks for the information that should be or is planned to be mentioned after that. So you should say to your student that I am going to cover that information later in the other part of the lesson, so be patient. And the third kind of questions is something far away. By this, I mean the question which is far away from your knowledge and far away from your topic. It is not so irrelevant, but it is not inside the information that you plan to cover or inside your knowledge. So you just tell your students that I have to do some more research on that to give you a very deserving answer. Be straight to the point and be honest about your knowledge. Don't give your students wrong information and pretend that you know everything. That is very misleading. That is also the end of my part, and thank you. I hope you find this useful.